I was working in research as a chemical engineer, and I decided to move into sales where there was a little more action. And the first thing they told me was I would have to make presentations, and that just worried the daylights out of me. And a friend of mine, Marcia Ziegler, said to me, why don't you, if you're afraid to get up in front of people, get in the show and get used to getting up in front of people. So she and I went to tryouts at Peoria Players, and we did a show called Mad Woman of Chi-O at the old Jackson Street Theater. Gretchen Iben was in it, Lou Fritz. Anyway, the people who really knew a lot about acting, and I was amazed. You know, the only way I could cry on cue was to pull a hair out of my nose. But they could do it just like that, you know. And that was the first show I was in. In fact, I was in with Marcia Oakley Ziegler, and I was in the next year. I was in another show called The Summer and Smoke, which was Tennessee Williams, which is very joyful. And I discovered that it was kind of fun, and I did get over the fear of getting up in front of people, and so it helped me at CAT, and I was able to. I have a little more nerve in front of people. And then I discovered, when I can make people laugh, that I like that. There's not enough laughing going on in the world, by golly.
Now, I want to add something because Mike has left it out. One of the most thrilling, enjoyable moments of Mike's career, and he forgot to mention it, was when he appeared and sang Once in Love with Amy. And if you can't remember that as one of the high spots, Mike,
well,
it stands out.
It was, it was 1961, and I hadn't done a show for 6 years. And so I was kind of like a balloon full of air ready to bust. And Jack Steenrod directed that, and Chauncey Conklin did the choreography. That's when we met for the first time. And I remember Chauncey gave me more credit than I deserved, because he'd say to me, now, Mike, run up that ramp and do something Spanish. Do something Spanish. So he thought I could do a lot more than I could, but it was fun. And it was fun because it was the first time I've been in front of people for 6 years, and it was a great response, and it was a show I would never forget. And I remember when I did that, Amy, there's a lyric that goes, once you're kissed by Amy, tear up your lips with Amy. Some poor fellow was sitting there holding his program, and I grabbed his program and ripped it up. I don't think you forget that. Then when I came down for the curtain call, Steenrod gave me a program to run down and give back to the guy so I wouldn't go home mad. I caught you, sir, having a look at her as she went strolling by. Now didn't your heart go boom, 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 and didn't you sigh? Sigh. I warn you, sir, never to dream of her. Just bid such thoughts be gone, or it'll be boom, 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 boom. From then on, oh, once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever fascinated by her, set your heart afire to stay. Once you're kissed by Amy, tear up that list, it's Amy. Ply her with bonbons, poetry and flowers, moon a million hours away. Oh, you might be quite the fickle-hearted rover, so carefree and bold, who loves a girl and later thinks it over, and then just quits cold. Once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever sweetly a romancer. Trouble is, the answer will be that Amy'd rather stay in love with me. Oh, I'm so happy. I just like for everyone to sing. I'll tell you what, Mel, let's have a little sing-along here, and we'll see how good these people sing. It's a wonderful song. Now we're going to sing. I'll give you the words, and just pay attention to what I say, not what I do. Okay, here is a Once in Love with Amy. Let's hit her, Mel. Here is a... No. This is bad. Let me split you up. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I didn't mean to split you that way. Okay. Now, here we're going to go. We're going to go. Let's just practice. Everybody say once. And that's round once. I think we're ready. Okay. It's Once in Love with Amy. Here is a... Always in love with Amy. Ever, never fascinated by her. Such a heart of fire to stay. Cut. When you get my age, it's hard to remember anything. I'm so old I could even hide my own Easter eggs. Okay, you guys ready over here? Now, you might be quite the fickle-hearted rover, okay? Here is a, you might be quite the fickle. Cut. You over there. One more time, Mel. Oh, you might be fickle-hearted. So carefree, so bold. Who loves a girl and later thinks it over and then just quits cold. Cut. Very good. You get a B+. Okay, let's, how about the orchestra sing the bridge for me, okay? You might be quite the same thing they did. You might be quite the fickle-hearted rover, okay? You ready? See how good you guys are. Here is a, you might be quite the here is a, you know, da 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 da. Here we go. One more time. And here is a. There's strong union. Let's just do the finish. Here we go. Oh, once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever fascinated by her. Set your heart afire to stay. Keep going, Mel. Oh, you might be quite the fickle-hearted rover, so carefree and bold, who loves a girl and later thinks it over, then just quits cold. Ah, once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy. Ever and ever, sweetly your romancer. Trouble is, the answer will be that Amy'd rather stay in